What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over the Vitamix and how you can make money even if you find a broken one out in the wild. And this will be in particular to the Vitamix. I believe it's the 5000. This particular model is the VM as in Mary 0103. This particular item is a personal one that we've had in the household since 2011 when I bought it brand new. I want to say we spent 500 bucks back then. Now I think these bad boys go for around 700 bucks. If you are a part of the Costco warehouse club, there's a lot of times too where Vitamix will actually make a special appearance and they'll have someone, basically mixing up smoothies and showing you what you can do with these things. That's not what this video is about. Today's video is basically about how you can find one of these, even if it's broken, and how you can turn a broken one into $240 listing the parts individually on eBay. Now these things are built like tanks, but they do come apart fairly easy. They are all made in the USA, at least this one was. And even this particular container here, which we no longer have the top for, this is the dry container. It's a 900 milliliters for Europeans or 32 ounces. This thing all by itself, as long as it has the full parts and they're working, this guy here is worth 25 bucks all day long on eBay. So if you see one of these just sitting in the wild at an estate sale or at a Goodwill or whatever, and it's a few bucks or $5, it's worth 25. And you can see right here where it says Vitamix. So that's the dry container. There is a larger 64 ounce wet container. Those can go for about 50 bucks, the bigger ones, especially if they have the lid. This one doesn't have the lid. I don't know, we have it somewhere. But anyways, I want to go over each individual part with you and what they currently sell for. Easiest one here is the rubber gasket. So this is the actual item here that sits on top. So normally they're pressed all the way in here. Let me zoom up here so you can see. And if you find one, you can easily take it off. And then this particular part itself, just for the rubber, gasket, sells anywhere from $12 to $20 on eBay. So people need these. They either melt theirs or damage theirs. So this guy all by itself, which can easily be removed from the machine, you get $12 to $20 for it. Next, I would say, is the drive socket. That's commonly what goes wrong on these things. So I have pulled the used one off here. I don't know if this one's still good, but again, you can see that it says Vitamix. These things themselves sell for about 20 bucks. There's this little thing here that goes inside that keeps it on the actual motor that spins. But even one of these guys here runs around 20 bucks. I'm selling them in a lot. I did remove the feet off of this one. So the feet just press inside. Some of the Vitamixes, they are screwed in, but these particular feet were not screwed in. So you just have to take a pair of needle nose pliers and pull them off, and then you've got yourself 4 new feet. So sometimes people will buy just the feet because their feet are completely worn out from just a lot of use. So I put a lot here with the drive mechanism thing here and the 4 feet, and I've got that listed for like 15 bucks just to help someone out. Next is a very common problem. So on these units here, you will have the variable knob. So the knob can be easily pulled off. So sometimes people will find these out in the wild and they literally have the knob pulled off. So if you find a machine and it's literally just, looking like this with the knob missing, the knob itself is worth about 20 bucks. There are people that sell that. This is the entire variable speed assembly. So you'll notice here it has a little nut here. And the nut's job is to keep the variable speed. And see there's a little notch here and there's a little notch here. So that keeps the notch in place. So sometimes that little this bolt here can get loose and sometimes it just needs to be tightened. So sometimes people say, oh, the variable speed doesn't work. Well, usually it's because this bolt has become so loose. But if you buy this entire assembly, it usually comes like this. It does not come with the knob. The knob is sold separate. So I decided to package these together, pulling it off this old machine. This machine was working, it's just needed a new drive assembly, but we've lost all the parts over the years. I mean, 2011, it's 2024, it's over 15 years old, but they still have value. So this particular item here, just with the variable speed, what do I have this listed for? 27 bucks, which is a good deal because normally just this part alone, which you can purchase, is 25. So with the knob, I figured someone's getting a free knob, or if someone just needs a knob and they want a spare variable speed motor assembly, or not motor assembly, but I guess complete assembly. And then you can always see here too, the dates here, 2011 is when this one was made. So you can pull this part off for 27 bucks. And then you have the high variable switches, and you have the on-off switch. So I believe this is the high and variable. So you have extra circuits here, and these actually snap in. There's these little clips here. So when you are taking this out of a unit, you have to put a screwdriver in and then just basically wedge it out and it comes out. But the knob or the switch here does not come off. It's all one piece. These alone sell for around 20 bucks a piece. I've got these two used ones listed for 30. So again, you can pull those out of a broken unit and easily replace them if one of these switches is not working, or you can take a working one like I have done here and part that out. Next inside is the circuit board. This actually is probably one of the more expensive pieces of a Vitamix. So sometimes these circuit boards can fry. This one's perfectly fine. But if you purchase a broken one and they basically say it doesn't respond at all, chances are that the circuit board got fried out, and that can happen sometimes. People in their kitchen will leave these things plugged in. They'll experience a power surge or power outage or some type of surge, and that can fry the circuit board. So the circuit board itself normally goes for 100. There are recent comparable sales on eBay. I've got this one listed for 79, and it's perfectly good. You can tell if your circuit board's fried because you'll see some burnt stuff, or when you smell it, it'll actually smell like burnt electronics or that electrical type smell. And then you want to keep the wire harness. Now this particular wire harness, it can be removed, but some of the ones already have these soldered in. You can't even remove these wires, but so that's how you want to sell that. And again, Vitamix does a nice job of listing everything. And again, you can tell here when this was built. 2011 is the date right there. Okay. And next item you can pull off of a working unit or a broken unit is the actual power cord. So the power cord goes through this black knob here. So once you remove this black thing that holds the power cord in, it basically breaks, so it's no longer usable. But you can easily pull the entire power cord out. It's a very thick, heavy-duty cord. This sells for itself around 15 bucks, but it's already fully assembled. And this little guy here is the neutral that goes on the motor, and then the black and white, I believe, go on either the board itself, or actually I think it goes on one of these here. Goes on one of these, and then the additional wires go over to the control board here. So anyways, that power cord you can sell for around 12 to 20 bucks. And then finally, the heaviest item is the actual motor itself. And this motor is completely fine. It easily comes out of the unit, so it basically sits like this inside the unit itself. And then this little part here on the top, let me set that down, it's pretty heavy, but this is the part that actually spins. So you can tell if your motor is broken, if it smells like electrical fire, and you can also tell if it's kind of like charred inside, but this motor is completely fine. And this is the part here that spins, and then you can see the top here that spins. And that's where the knob here, or not knob, the part that connects to your Vitamix here. See this little square part here connects in there, and then you have that little screw that holds this thing on. So sometimes this part can get actually loose and cause this to just kind of freely spin, which is not good. So and then that part here, the teeth here, connect to this part here on the actual blender cup itself. So anyways, this motor itself, I'm selling this for 40 bucks, pretty cheap. Usually people are asking $50, $60 for it. But again, whatever your problem is with the Vitamix, so again, hopefully this video helps you out to explain all the different parts. You can purchase the parts individually. You could try your luck and just buy a base. The problem with the base though is if you are having a problem with the base and you just want to replace the entire base, they're very heavy. So you can probably get an entire base fully assembled that is in working operation, and usually like they're around $80 plus shipping. And shipping can get pretty expensive because this thing weighs a lot. So if you want to purchase one of these and you don't know if it works and it's at an estate sale or garage sale or at a Goodwill and they've got a good price on it, you know, like 10 bucks, grab it. Even you can even sell a broken one of these. If you have no means of testing it, you don't know what's wrong, you can sell a broken one of these for 50, 60 bucks all day long. So again, this is a way, if you find one of these out in the wild, and let's say you have no way of testing it, it's worth the risk because all these parts that I've shown you here add up to $240. And again, these things brand new go for $600. So again, very easy to disassemble and clean up. I'm not going to be selling this separate base here because chances are I don't think that'll ever break. And then this entire base here is really heavy duty, and chances are this guy is never going to break for someone either. But it does give you an idea of how you can part out a Vitamix, make some money. Again, you see one of these sitting out there in the wild and the owner doesn't know if it works or not, or it's missing a piece or it's missing a knob, chances are you can pick up the parts on eBay versus going directly to Vitamix, which I'm sure they have parts for as well, but sometimes these old models are hard to find. So again, hopefully this video has helped you out. Again, not saying you need you just need a screwdriver. You don't need any fancy tools. It's very easy to disassemble and basically 10x your money. So like I said, if you picked one of these up for 20 bucks at a estate sale and you have even more parts or even more blender units here with the tops, you can get some really nice money for it because these things are built like tanks. People that have invested $600 in them still want them to work, so they're willing to buy parts to at least make them continually work, and they're out of warranty. This is a nice way of basically, instead of this ending up in a landfill, now I've parted this out and I've got it all listed on my eBay account. So again, appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you've learned something. Again, I'm doing this because I don't think anyone on YouTube has actually done a video on all the different parts and what they look like. So if you watch this video and you have an actual item on your Vitamix that's not working, hey, pick up the part from me or someone else on eBay. Or if you're a reseller and you want to pick one of these up, don't be scared of them. They're very heavy, but you can take them all apart, and parting it out can make you a lot of money. So appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.